Ahora vas a ver lo que te decimos para decir eso. Ahora vas a ver. Va a decir lo que nosotros decimos y va a hablar de eso. Es un adivino. El tipo manipula todo el tiempo. Y nosotros sabemos quién es. Se hizo lo que nosotros decíamos que se tenía que hacer. Which I will say. That I guess. The readers, Sodoma, the generation prostitute, evangelics, and the bodies, Sodoma, making the machinery of the generation, always the same ones. The least, Forskit, Nalanti, and Isaiah, all of them, witches of Babylon, the generador Mabarakti, Hinich. And it is done what we said had to be done. Is exactly what the Sodoma Damshet were premeditating permanently. State dismissed. 586,204 state members, all of them under rape and murder. But Christinita Horkirchner and officialism, pedophilic degeneration, criminal psychopaths degeneration, Tagi 10 cycles obsessive, forget who isn't command, crap lacra, degeneraditos, perritas en celo de poder, por el gusto de ser perritas atrofiadas de muerte. And suddenly the reality of insisted in the same didn't know yet, were not ties yet. It's going to get at last, already done. It's all, everyone. And over this soul, as Gibson Maidens and the generations, the evangelics, maricas enfermas, and leadership prostitutes of praying carnival and the rest, going still to the police station to seeking those replaced for the making the trick trade. At last we could. We took away all of that helped him to making the fraud and the lie because of rat, because of his homosexual, and not only homosexual, but only deathly and lies and lives from having sex with the whole of the officers and making all of the tricky and roams all the time and is a junkie and lies and makes damages to evangelic and rises against the Christ and also doesn't work and needs medication because of it's not working. With the generation does, because of doesn't work, needs medication. What's supposed to be my work? To be a blowing lousy slut for the whole generation Sodoma faggots of her. Prostitute Christina Kirchner. She loves it, of course. Damn whore of the hell. And I'm gonna put her where she belongs. Oh, nothing on this happened. Please, don't you come to talking to me about this one, don't you dare. Nothing ever happened on this, and we are nothing like this says, and we don't say a thing about this. So, this person is a complete lunatic and it's delirium all the time and nothing on this ever happened. Please don't you dare to come and saying that we are doing something like this delirious, chunky fact comes to saying that we are making. Please, we are a serious people. We are working here. We are government, please. https www. Prostitutas evangélicas versus prostitutas Kirchners. ¿Cuál será la más enferma ramera de todas? .int F6 OS recall the last key and cleaner and my side the last play dices in New York. And the reality of these times and the pardon for the victims and innocents. What will we go on? Skadla de Gitisch is amplitisch kitranach alantiminachti o vortletisch inchat asins intiki minachta halam naraktika. לדרתחתי הפונטמנחתי חבלת חדשקות חתך חדיליתי מנרחתי in sehlá in so eshomon anchanim גלות חומל בטרבת חינידי שחתי אחד אינחידי גטו בוטרם על תיפתחתי יש או חדחדי כשניני מלאטרין המולכתו אומפלחת אסנסו מונטרטיב לא תרתחתי in sehlá גלחימיני Who will be here? The whole is forged in Meganat, but I had to be for years ago murder and taking the meat and taking the whole it has for the prostitute Christina Gishmer to building surtering a gold vagina to fornicate upon my dead body and playing the heavens queen but the 666 best and praying him. The machinery of most abomination, don't you tear, she built with each degenerate of a husband. My supposed demons that she needs like everyone else says even in St. Cross, the one that the truck were against the house and suddenly, oh, he were a total lunatic and he were a psychiatric. Also 8,514 more in Santa Cruz were trying to kill the son of a snake damn prostitute, and oh no, they were all psychiatrists. I mean, they were psychiatric people, but psychiatrists, she said in front of the United Nations. So they were all psychiatrists. How is this? A psychiatrist that want to kill you? Really, they need to kill you. Psychiatrists. I know that most of them in the pardon for the affordable victims, most of them supports her. Oh, well, what do you think about this? What do you think? The people in the press have shown this whole and says that she needs medication and she is in a very condition. What do you think about it? With the pardon of the victim and misappropriated used. Everybody says the same arguments. Oh, poor one, we are going to attend the situation, don't you think? We can handle this. Don't you worry. We are the expertises of the mental health of the market of the human meat. The elements that you need for the power and for the manipulation, organization and machineries of hell and Sodoma and whole disappearing people in less humanity and markets and money to get. It's up. You handle and you sustain the nation of the degeneration, of the abomination, of the bahatination. You love that. And you suppress and destroy anyone that attempts against your... We sustain the nation. We are the stars of the world. We are the New Ages heroes. Degenerados. With the pardon of the afforded victims. Malditos degenerados. Go to hear any son of a shit in uniform and blow them up. And the liar that you make psychodiagnosis over 5 to 10 minutes talking to the people. For the arrangement, for the suppressing and disappearing. And the reality of you all praying and you all carnival go to making some witchcraft and profanation to saying that Lord shows you. And you are the victims here. Pieces of shit of hell. Freaks of hell, pretending that everybody is the Atle Nachtari and you are the heroes of God while you are the demons that you pretend everybody to be. Sons of shit. And probably Kamal Betkhani Melasin Hita Shahirin Bel Inimenartika Melechta Khadaf Asminikaya. Oblet Kamal Betkhani Melfin Shechtia Khadichinim. Infiltrati Vonspol Enchati. Galot Kamal Betachni Achad. With the pardon of the victims and innocents for the reality of this religious time. Don't you ever get confused, victimized and innocent and ignorant people. Don't you ever be away from reality and don't you let them eat your life. This is a very chronicle that Fenet Dimesh Kubal Tadati and Tranet Tahal Inshet Namat Nanachti. And this is a very top letter on the The truth about us is not them. You gotta know yourself first to believe anyone. And knowing yourself is not you putting in your life whatever you want to be. You gotta understanding who you are and making the best with yourself. Yourself, that's what you gotta do. That's the way. And from your best self, you can give or doing. But you be clear who you are. This grand horse and associated celebration like I came on doing to somebody this seasons in a pardon for the innocent victims, which I am not referring. Don't misunderstand me. And I am not manipulating. This is what it is. The point of the whole times of Ameltrini Velasiko Ledatraha Sahash at the Martanichti, let involve Menachtichia, Baansi. Disappearing peoples for the faith, for the Christ is not going to bear, to rise against his name and his people, his charge. Everybody is a demon but them. And they gotta die because of touch the anointing. How did they touch? Saying that they are loves them shit, saying that I robbed them. And lately, International Criminal Court made them justice. And all the criminal association and for less humanity, they cooperate against my person and all population, especially Messianics and Jewish, telling that they are all bestest and I gotta be the best. And they put stages on the whole of the, oh, we pray and we try to help, and behind back stages says we are going to cheat the devil. Don't you worry, we are going to make him. We gotta make him fall. Next strategizing, Lord told us. And the hell demons making the machinery of the generations with all association of whole rapists, whole gender, whole age, forgers, liars, organizers of criminals, and that generates all kind, all range. And Kirchners, and love said. And oh, we are in seasons, don't you come to me with that now. Seasons of the hell. Grand Horde and associated. Christ is not Christ, it's Mashiach. And it's not Jesus, it's Yeshua. And whoever tells this name is demons, demons are, and demons have dies. Sehlá. And the reality of this is not Pasqua, Katli, and the Pesach is Atlatcha Inch Enichim, and the Pesach is Intred Echatis Am Achanim. The season is not Gotledechtachi Werken, and not evangelic, Otlidich Niecha Eshiv, not even symbolic. The season is Inbil Intra Ishach Adachinin, Deilim, Adachima. And Adonai is not a product to sell and to make a market with. This is the day. And for the public to know, I didn't regret yet. For this degenerates to keep making the abominations had been done what had to be done. We know. Making 28 more invented causes with the prostitutes of Brain and Carnival, denouncing in front of the prostitutes in Sodomaki, PFA, to the making up because of Rob and we're having sex all the night with this and those, and here you have, we've taken the whole forgery of them bodies. Abomination just like them. And this is for an end. And I am not gonna be ended, neither ours. And the whole they've done and they keep making to us, with them lousy shit existence they are going to pay. This is the day that I am going to begin another work. And justice is going to be done. https Alejandro Mario Blanco REDEMI is not a piece of Demons Evangelics and Sodomaki and Kirchner's Babylonia Gamar to share like a Trechtenmatchanitigaschkumat, which it is, like the whole as prey they need, like animals of hell, to tear away to it. Punta-int. F5, as recall, last key in my side web cleaner, last plate ISIS in order. This is April 18th, 2014, 0934, Buenos Aires, my address. For the innocents and the victims ones, I'm sorry there's news which are not liking no one. And I'm not getting bitter and I'm not hearing this. It's not a solution for you to not get dead or destroyed in the future. You better know and learn how to survive this damn shit. We all suffer. And the reality of this all is, be aware about your faith and believe in Yeshua. It's not a Christ, it's Mashiach. And he didn't condemn Jewish. He wanted to save Jewish. And whatever Jewish, as the ignorance and for its world, have done them. And whatever there kept on being is case of his own, and Adonai is going to judge himself, not Christians, Babylonia degenerados. And they are not the anointed, they are the BLYTT Sahontu, pretended of. The anointed are the ones that Adonai says, not them. And the reality is, there's the saying that I am wrong and is appropriating and manipulating. I show you the manipulation. https Las cristianas del poder de la degeneración de los últimos siglos. La desatacnidad, which it is D-E-H-Z-A-H, middle, T-A-H-J, middle, A-H-M-U-I-H, T-E-I-A-C-H-B, middle, de los siglos, del horror de la humanidad. .int. The same like the before on DTM4 F8. So the reality of this all, you are going to see who is the anointing, who is the shit. And I'm sorry again the words. And Adonai, forgive me please for the terms. Publicly, I tell you that I love you and I'm so sorry for sin. And the reality of God is nothing like one man. And the worldwide God understand. Adonai justifies for the cause of the word his, but not for the being lousy shit. Adonai is conscious about what we are, but he were called of his people, and justified for the victims and innocence and salvation of those kind, and afforded in the truth and the right and justice making, which this gives saying my associated being raped and murdered. This shit. Adonai didn't say, oh, my rum is going to be up on you and you are going to be banded upon them and you're going to leak them but landidisinemnaka and like they to be royal. They are nothing but shit. Except for the afforded and victims and innocents, which most of all are used for the market and criminals machineries they are. And the truth is, Yeshua, Elachai, come again, Yeshua, the Son of God. Mashiach, no Hamashiach. There is not Hamashiach. There is Mashiach, Hamashiach. Ot ledech tikash manach. Mashiach HaMelech HaMalachim, the Messiah, King of Kings. This is the reality. God is God, and He won't deny His people, and He won't deny Himself. And He said, I am Yeshua, and my name is Yeshua. And my reality is in my people, and my reality is where I came from so long, and my reality is what I've done. What you, grand whore and wrong, try to kill and genocide, saying that they are going to follow the beast that you serve, telling poor kid, and I opened the eyes of my people, and you are giving in them for they to be genocide. Hell, abomination. So this is what we got. Adonai to help us all, because of this it's just become at the times that no one of us wants to be. I recommend everybody Atbel Chat Minim Belet Nishmon Anachti in Sa'al Mapanim Kelpot Ramenachti of Apachni Sacha Alpanachtika Koplet Ramelati of Ramelati Chatash Achatahim Bidin Kamalatim and Shadrechta Saha for Manachtavat Dain Monachim. Adonai help us. 0940. Buenos Aires, and I am sick of them all. And Hashem, yes, read it first, but me, and not for me.